stream it, and let's play some football. Should be a good one right here. Eagles Steelers. Oh boy. Well, it's my first game. We'll find out. Let's see what happens.
Today, from Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, it's Week 5 of the NFL on EA Sports. And the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Western Pennsylvania and Heinz Field in the Steel City of Pittsburgh. Moments ago, a scene that's played here since 2004. Big Ben Roethlisberger greeted by this sold-out Heinz Field crowd. His Steelers getting set to match up with Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles.
Should be a good game.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Steeler ball club entering play. They come in on a pretty good roll here, winners of 3 straight.
And the offense last week, they had things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get overshadowed a little bit, but you're really buoyed by what your offense is doing.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, it's been all systems go in this first month. They're off to a 4-0 start.
And as Gap folks believe that this is a team that's built to go all the way. You can't win the Super Bowl in September, but they're telling everyone that they're going to be there in the end.
Here are the Steelers making their way out, and with their longtime starter, Ben Roethlisberger, leading the way.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him the win. First carry of the game for Jalen Samuels. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Samuels, the ball carrier. He was brought down by Javon.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. That went into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And he finds McDonald.
Tight end.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
At the 44-yard line.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him old reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open. He finds a way to pick up the first down.
It was Jalen Mills getting a hand in there defensively.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Run.
2nd and 10 now. It's Roethlisberger. Yes, complete to the tight end McDonald. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the
Got rid of the
and he took the contact as he was throwing it. And the ball drops incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
On 4th down on is Dustin Colquitt to kick this away.
Did a job. He did a job.
This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines.
Wow. Yeah.
And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. We get our first look now at Carson Wentz and this Philadelphia Eagle offense.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of the season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have had a perfect game.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Aaron Donald's the name most people think about at the defensive tackle position, but an all-pro last year alongside him, Cameron Hayward, an absolute nightmare to try and block. And he gets into the backfield on that play and finishes it off with a loss.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wentz. It's brought in by Jeffrey. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. Open man, it's Rager. He's got it. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. They'll get 34 yards there.
A very early momentum changer there. Actually a dream killer for the defense, because they forced a 3rd down. Felt like they had a good chance to get off the field defensively, and then they got hit with that big play.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Wentz on the give to Sanders. And a short gain down to about the 33. The numbers for Sanders last week, very productive. 3 touchdowns, 2 of them on the ground, 1 through the air.
And it will always be a compliment to say that a guy's got a nose for the end zone, and he sure had it last week.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Shotgun snap, and then the give to Sanders. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
That's super.
From the red zone now, Wentz. He'll hit Jackson complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that has to be pinpoint here.
So I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles have taken the early lead. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
He still shanks it.
No good. An inauspicious start here
As
kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game.
Points. Wow.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
He threw that one up for grabs.
Schuster, but it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And he'll take this back down inside
He
the
was
20.
waiting, and threw to the other team.
We've heard it once. We've heard
We
it
had good
1,000
coverage.
times. Don't throw late down the middle.
Yeah, he should have just taken the sack or thrown it out of bounds or something. That was a bad throw.
With your eyes
What
and
were
your
you
head.
thinking,
Maybe even some
man?
body movement to move them a little if you're going to come back late down the middle.
That's
So here's a
head
first and
scratcher.
10 now down inside the 20.
Yeah, that's a little head scratcher.
Sanders here as they run out of the gun.
Got it.
And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Bunch.
Shotgun now for Wentz. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. An Eagle first down. Wentz hooking up with Jeffrey.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They'll run with Sanders. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders with his 2nd touchdown of this opening quarter. And the Eagles add on to their lead.
Good early.
If you didn't know, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now, he can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead now stands at 13.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will make it into the end zone, and this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard.
Here comes Ben Roethlisberger and the Steeler offense back onto the field. And he'll need to find a way to shrug off the opening drive. You can even call it a drive. One play and an interception, so he's got to forget that.
I know that in today's football, we have a good number of coaches who don't look at time of possession.
I was not expecting to throw a lane duck like
but
that.
it's still a place for
Yeah, just say it. I was not expecting that.
Interception. They're going to want to eat up a little bit more clock and run some offense and give their defense.
There you go.
Now a pass that's taken in by Smith-Schuster. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
And there's a catch by Juju Smith-Schuster, and he's hoping there's plenty more of that coming. 2019, not the year he expected. Lost his quarterback, Ben Roethlisberger, early, dealt with a knee injury and missed 4 games, and his stats really fell. Just 552 yards through the air. But in 2018, what a big year he had then with Big Ben. 1,426 yards. He's hoping that the return of form of Roethlisberger leads to a return of form of himself.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 4 yards the pickup, first down. The numbers there for Connor in last week's game. 19 carries, 107 yards, and the touchdown.
And the way they ran the ball in last week's game has to be satisfying to their entire staff, because they're seeing not just a back gain big yardage, but they're seeing an offensive line really in sync.
Now Roethlisberger getting this one into the hands of Smith-Schuster. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. 7 yards, the pickup there.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 35-yard line.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now Ben going to give this one to Connor. And he's going to take this close to the first down marker as he stopped at the Eagles' 30. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
A good carry and a first down by James Conner, and this Pittsburgh team is really hoping he's back in form, because last year the entire Pittsburgh offense suffered without Ben Roethlisberger at quarterback. James Conner with 715 combined yards, but in 2018, he was a Pro Bowl running back. Combined yardage that year, 1,470. They're hoping for 2018 James Conner in 2020.
2nd and 10. It's Roethlisberger once more.
It's Rivet just in
back to Smith-Schuster. This time complete.
Where's the coverage on that guy?
Brought down. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Not much there.
And not able to break away this time, as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger.
Incomplete.
But it's incomplete.
Later the play.
We saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
31-yard attempt.
Defense did its job. We bend.
And Boswell's kick is good. And they will indeed get on the board here, but still trailing. It's now 13-3.
Yeah.
So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there and only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
Now back to work for Miles Sanders in the Philly offense. Whatever he was doing in September, they're hoping that that carries over now to October, because he was sensational last month.
He absolutely was, and we all know where it started. At the end of last season, right? All the offseason preparation, the weight workouts, the sprints, right? The vision that he had, what he was going to do this season. And, of course, it all came together with the rest of the team. Those big fellas up front, leverage, and, boy, they get downfield and creating extra blocks for them.
They really are. Everyone's been doing their job so far to create those holes. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
To it on the stop.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. But the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Catch, Shirts.
Over the middle, it's taken in by his tight end. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 11 yards there, first down.
First down, Eagles.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius. Understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball. And puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead. Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I have not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things up.
Yeah, I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go because they think that's going to happen naturally now.
Right back to Sanders on first down.
Just took a little dive. That's
Just
about
a
it.
yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
The 49-yard line.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
On 2nd and 9, Wentz.
How the hell did he knew that I was going right to him?
The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard
That
line.
I don't understand. He was almost comes around and throws
That was
it
a
right
really
to
nice
him.
interception. I think it illustrates
Look,
the differences
how do you
between
know it's
playing man
coming?
and playing zone. When you're in man, all you're
Come
focused
on.
on is the receiver in front of you. But when you're in zone, you're allowed to read the quarterback's eyes and go to the ball. That's exactly what happened on that play.
Yeah, but a lot of plays,
Big Ben and the
it's
Steelers.
very rare I
First
get
and
forced
10
interception.
at the 45.
Still, it's just
After the interception, here's Roethlisberger.
wide open
Man,
tight end.
McDonald. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A very solid gain of 27.
First and 10.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Now this pass to Vance McDonald complete. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
2nd and 3.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big target at tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent game. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Three yards remain for second down. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger.
Oh! That's a second with it.
To the 21-yard line.
Duke Riley.
That's
Wow.
now his second interception in
That's
as
good.
many
It's the
weeks
battle
with
of
his
defense
linebacker
so
position.
far.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. Devin Bush, the Steelers' leading tackler as a rookie last year, gets another there.
Brings up.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Now a nice
Don't leave Rager on a running
back.
back.
He's at the 40. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Don't leave Jalen Rager on a linebacker.
And the Eagles able to push further out in front. And nothing too crazy there. A quick slant, and then he just had a seam. He found a seam.
And when you hit it on the run like that,
Was that a lot?
and I mean
Was that
the
the
pass
safety?
right to the receiver who's already in motion and moving, sometimes he just takes it and runs away from everyone else.
And he ran it into the end zone. And the defense, they've got to adjust there quickly. That's tough on them.
That's really tough because everything was executed well. Ball was out of his hands quickly, into the hands of the receiver, and then he was gone.
He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half.
Yeah, that's not like Big Ben. They look like they're driving and driving and driving. Next thing he just threw it up for grabs.
But that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing. And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. I was going for the age. I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
I mean, they got time.
Here's Roethlisberger to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Roethlisberger. This one complete. Right side to McDonald. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
To Vance McDonald.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4. Now a throw here on 2nd down, and that's complete. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like he'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first
they should run
and
the
10.
ball.
From midfield now, here's Roethlisberger. A pitch and catch caught by McDonald, and he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
Vance McDonald.
Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Roethlisberger on target to Washington. And he'll get it down to the plate at the 37. That one a first down pickup of 8.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
They're passing, but not going like slow. They're slowly taking it downfield. Why would you line up with Connor? That makes no sense.
Now Roethlisberger on first down.
That's a
hitting
slant.
Juju on the slant. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
1st and 10.
These guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball. And what you have to do, maintain your poise.
And he lost the ball.
It's loose.
Ooh, it's 3 quarters out. Ben, ouchie. Holy cow, I wasn't expecting this.
Quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time. Wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately,
he's lucky we didn't get that one.
Teammate who was able to get it.
Whew. I expect to throw
So
it
they
here.
keep the football, but now face 2nd and long.
He is pressured. Bring it right back to the side. Step up.
Now Roethlisberger.
That was, they called the screen.
Great, and he goes down once more.
They called the screen.
The 6'5" D tackle with a sack.
They called the screen. That's why I blow it up. He should just throw that ball away.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
Wow.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
All right, you know they're throwing dime.
So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger.
Well, they can get close for a field goal, but
from the gun, it's Roethlisberger.
Back. Wide
The
open.
catch made by Johnson. And he'll
Got a
take
nice
it down
gain
here
out
just
of it,
shy
but
of
he's too
15
short.
at the 16-yard line. Happy to play there on 3rd down, but amazingly,
I just don't know why is there nobody covered.
Good catch by Deontay Johnson, and he really helped fill a void during his rookie season when he had 59 catches that led the team, and he was first among all rookie receivers last season as well.
Do
Not
not
bad for the
run
10th wide
the
receiver
kicker.
selected in the 2019 draft. Really good play. Expects to continue to get better in this Pittsburgh offense.
6.
Makes the score
Okay,
Eagles
they
20,
chipped at it.
Steelers 6.
no problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Yeah, 2 for 2, not bad.
This game,
But
isn't
they
it?
need to get in the
To
end
me,
zone.
that bodes well for them. If they need him late
Gives
in the
him a
game,
boost.
his confidence should be sky high.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
23-yard line.
Now back to work for Miles Sanders in the Philly offense. He's over 40 yards here in the 2nd quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down.
Gain of 16.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a carry for Sanders. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. There to stop him, Terrell Edmonds.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Wentz. That's caught by Jackson.
They get major. 3rd
4
down.
yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
On 3rd down, they'll run it with Sanders.
He lost the
Sanders
ball!
has it poked free, and it's picked up by the Steelers. 20,
Touchdown.
10, and he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score, and a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the
Bush.
shower post-game.
So it's oh, wait a minute. We got Booth here.
A challenge. Our referee's going to take another look on the
It's not me. That's the
He's
Booth.
going
I
to be
didn't.
watching to see if the knee was down prior to the ball coming out.
No, I love what you just said there. You nailed it, because if the ball's shifting or moving before the knee or any other part of the body hits the ground, then that'll be considered a fumble.
Well, they say this can swing things back our way, and it's our return. Oh, it is a return.
Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away.
Good. Oh, great punt. Great
this
punt.
Is down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
The 1-yard line on the other side of the field.
Yes, exactly right. So, yes, your definition is apropos in this case.
Pretty good results here on the 1st down run as he takes us forward for about 6.
Taken down.
And that run, that changes the whole mentality about the drive right there. They were starting on their own 2-yard line. They just wanted enough space to punt the football successfully. Now they're talking about putting together a drive.
And he'll be brought down and looks like right at the 15.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
See, the whole problem, they pass too much. They're not running the ball. And he's shot! He lost it!
It's loose. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And they've got it just 2 yards away from the end zone. They'll have it 1st and goal here from the 2-yard line.
What the heck's going on with the
Every week we hear
Steelers?
talk about create turnovers. In particular, they want to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of a quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sidelines and you didn't knock the ball free, your coaches are upset with you. All right, so if you're a quarterback,
oh boy,
all the way back into youth
ain't
leagues.
good.
Take care of the ball, take care of the ball, take care of the ball, because here come the defenders.
And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
They'll try to run with Sanders. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Miles Sanders on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead. This is becoming quite the half he's had here.
Remember in our pregame meetings, they talked about wanting to run the football and stay with it.
4 turnovers.
When you're scoring
2
this many
interceptions,
touchdowns, there's no
2
reason to go away from it, is there? They are off to a fantastic start. They hope it continues.
3 already for him.
I missed it.
Oh, it's no good.
Wait, it's a flag in the flag.
He's missed an extra point. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
6.
Elliott good with a PAT. Yikes. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Yep.
If I was the Steelers, I'd change the play call.
To kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after
why
the
not
touchdown,
run the ball?
On to kick
they were doing
away.
pretty good with that, and he just dropped back the pass, and it's like, boom.
And this will not be returned. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
I was expecting Ben to have
James
4
Conner,
turnover game like
ready
this.
to get their next drive going. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it.
Yeah, I'm just saying, we're just coming out of this
Secretary lost twice in his career.
My defense
so
doing its job.
That's very true, kids. Look it up. They begin on the ground here with Conner. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
He was brought down at the 20.
I think they want to start getting back into this game. It behooves them to get better on 1st down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They go draw play. This is Samuels. Brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
25 yards. You see me.
That's good for a Pittsburgh.
What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
On 1st and 10 is Connor. And he'll be brought down
play,
to 50 after a gain of about 5.
Hands to James
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure you're back. You spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
He was tackled at the 46.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway.
You're
going
going
to
to pass it on
essentially
third.
the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the
Why would
defense
you
back
pass
on
on
its
3rd
heels.
and 1 when you have a...
And he has another first down,
Okay,
so get the ball down to the Eagles' 36.
Steelers.
Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah.
But the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage.
Incomplete.
So throw the football
Don't go
more times
slay.
than not. That's a nice, easy
Go make
rhythm
the
throw
big.
right there, and they pick up the first down.
Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's
He's
Roethlisberger.
sacked.
And down he goes.
Fletcher Cox.
They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Fletcher Cox, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now Ben on 3rd and long.
This guy's
finds his
tight
running
end,
back,
Connor.
James Conner. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
48-yard attempt.
And this one is
good.
right down Broadway. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18.
You kick field goals.
So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
You watched it again.
And it's picked up by the Steelers.
Recovered by the Steelers.
Wow.
Let's just call that play exactly what it is. Needed. Because they wanted to get back in the game, and they knocked the ball free, and now they have a chance to do exactly that.
They got the chance. Now they have to take advantage. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Chiefs doesn't come put points to the board.
To throw here, Roethlisberger. And it's
Dropped
incomplete.
it.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with it. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
How'd you
So now
drop
2nd
that?
and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And yes, complete
Guy's
to the
tight
tight
end.
end,
Not
McDonald.
watching that
And
play.
he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot.
And
Yo,
caught in the
he
end
did
zone.
catch it.
Touchdown,
Tight end.
Steelers. Vance McDonald, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit.
You got it figured out by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one for a touchdown.
And that one makes this an 11-point deficit now. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. Oswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Here's James. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
Now back to work for Miles Sanders in the Philly offense. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 30.
Throwing again on second down. Wentz. It's caught by Jackson. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
First down, Eagles.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Wentz. This ball complete to Rager. He is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards. What a first half this has been offensively. I mean, defensively, what do you do when you're getting torched like this?
Now, these receivers are absolutely wearing them out. So 2 thoughts come to mind. 1, get some oxygen. You can fill up your lungs a little bit. And number 2, talk to your guys up front. You need a pass rush to help slow them down.
On first down, Wentz.
Dropped it.
Incomplete, he dropped it. Maybe a rookie mistake there, 2nd down.
Incomplete.
Right up to that point, I was about to say he's had a pretty good half catching the football, but let's just be honest about it. He should have caught that one.
And he knows that. That was one right in his breadbasket and one he normally catches. Second and 10 now from the 27. Again, it's Wentz.
Just take it. Take the sack.
Taken down. Back around the 35.
Just take the sack.
Tyson Alualu gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack finally the first step in the right direction for a stop. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash.
Good job, Elliott.
Is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, let's take a look around the NFL here on this first Sunday of October. We'll get started up at FedEx Field in our nation's capital. And it's the Rams who are out in front as those teams approach halftime. Jared Goff has a touchdown pass. From there, we head up to MetLife Stadium to check on the Jets. And this one going the visitors' way as the Cardinals have the lead in that one. Christian Kirk, a touchdown reception. Finally, we're off to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And for the moment, they find themselves trailing the visiting Carolina Panthers. Curtis Samuel with 3 touchdown receptions. In our game, it's been Carson Wentz with a strong first half. He's thrown for over 200 yards already, and his guys have the lead as well. As we get you back to Brandon Gaudin.
Yeah, but that was a return for a touchdown that was called back. So, stuck there. There's that. All right, boys. We have a lead.
Kick this one away.
Keep the accelerator on.
Now James returning. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
So here are the Eagles to take over. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start 1st and 10.
Yeah, that's all about.
Second half will start with a run by Sanders. And he'll get this one up to the 26. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards there, 1st down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter,
12 passes.
They almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
On 1st down, it's Sanders. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. It was Mike Hilton up to make the tackle.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
2nd and 5 now. Wentz. He'll hit Jackson. Complete. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. He continues to deliver a 1st down here. He had 4 catches in the first half, and this one number 5. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Here's Sanders. He'll get this down only to about the 46. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Another run with Sanders.
Not much.
It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the 1st down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Wentz.
Thank you, Alshon.
And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. It's a 1st down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Yo, I'm scared. I don't like it.
They'll run on 1st down. Sanders.
Yeah, a couple yards.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
Hurts, get over there. Get over there. P.J. Watt.
They'll run with a former Badger. It's Corey Clement. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down.
Got it. Get on the left. Make a change.
They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Gain of 4 yards.
So far this season, this is an offense that's proved its ability to move the football. I mean, they're in the top 5 in the NFL and picking up first downs, and they get the conversion here. And I think a lot of that is due to how they win on first and second down, because that leaves them third and short, third and manageable. A lot easier to pick them up then, isn't it?
Not much.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. On 2nd and 7, Wentz.
Throw it away.
Is incomplete here. The Pro Bowl tight end Zach Ertz, the intended target, and it's third down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Shotgun now for Wentz. Fires one, but incomplete. So
Jeffrey!
2 conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with 4th down.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line,
good job.
They turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th.
16.
So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
At their own 25-yard line.
Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things work well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Roethlisberger will hand to Connor, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Now we'll get stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
Third quarter, shake it up a little bit. It's okay.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Why would you change it up where you're like...
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger.
That's what I don't like. Linebackers should go to
just short of the 45 at the 44.
Linebackers should not cover a wide receiver.
Picking up 15 yards there at a first down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving.
Screen.
And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Nice game.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 10 more there and another first down.
That's another.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. Here's Roethlisberger. And he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald.
Come on, you got tackle.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
At the Eagles, 39.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Now Roethlisberger getting this one into the hands of Smith-Schuster. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 27-yard line. 11 yards there, first down. On first down. It's Connor. He's able to get 6. A nice pickup down to the 21.
He's still need to run the ball.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
2nd and 4 at the Eagles' 21-yard line.
On 2nd down and 4, Roethlisberger.
Guys,
he gets this one to Johnson. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line.
For a Pittsburgh.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, the
right
deflection
there.
works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Wow.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit.
Where was my coverage on that play? What was he doing? I'm just curious. I mean, how open does he have to be? Let's see here. Linebacker, typical. Linebacker bites and he blitzes, which is a no-no. You don't do that. Why did they do that?
They were the end result of a terrific
route
coverage, not receiver.
Blitz.
And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So the drive goes 75 yards, 10 plays. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone.
Idiot.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Here's James. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
At their own 24-yard line.
Now back to work for Miles Sanders in the Philly offense. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home, because that's what it's been like throughout this contest.
Wow, what a run.
He knows how to get there.
100 yards with the
He looks
Steelers.
happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. They go back to the ground, this time Clement. Now Clement fumbles the football.
They're trying to turn it over again. Thank you.
Wow. That ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
That's too many times for turning that ball over, you know.
They'll run on first down. It's Sanders. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football, because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
Got rid of it.
And his throw is incomplete. Rookie Jalen Reagor, the intended target that time. And now it's third down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
You don't need him wide open.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 23 yards on the play. That right there, career catch number 541, and that's significant because it ties him with Hall of Famer Kellen Winslow, who also obviously played the tight end position. Yeah, and helped revolutionize it when he was in San Diego. But how about what we're seeing right here? You're talking about 541 catches at the tight end position. You talk about lofty territory, rare air. He has a lot to be proud of in his career. They go back to the ground with Sanders.
Run, Sanders, run.
33, a pickup of about 4.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. From the gun, it's Clement. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. And that is incomplete.
Come on, really?
Right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting
good job.
And they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Makes the score Eagles 36, Steelers 23.
So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Washington. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Here's Roethlisberger. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Pittsburgh Steelers. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
23.
On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger.
Oh, he just got rid of that one.
That's incomplete.
Almost got him.
So much for
Jackson.
the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger.
Going deep ball.
Smith-Schuster.
He's got it with one hand.
Pulled in one-handed. Wow. A big play. Smith-Schuster on the throw from Big Ben. 49 yards. You're at the point in the game right now where you got to start taking some chances, and that chance paid off.
And it's a good idea to be that aggressive because, truthfully, the defensive guys, they're just playing not to make a mistake.
Got it!
He's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. Fletcher Cox able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me.
We give up a big play so we
those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
He will push his way down to about the 14. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long 3rd and goal. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal.
3rd and goal.
They'll try to surge ahead with Connor. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. A good run there, 8 yards. Gets him much closer to the end zone with 4th and goal looming.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy
that big play. I think they might go for points. Okay.
A good drive gets him inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
Simple.
That happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Make sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Now back to work for Miles Sanders in the Philly offense. And I think he'll like this little montage. He's hit pay dirt 3 times.
This feels like good scouting and preparation throughout the week has turned into excellent execution. I mean, the job that they've done up front, creating the spaces for him, and, of course, his nose for the end zone, it's a terrific combination.
Now he's looking maybe for a 4th touchdown run. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. Maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
On 2nd down, Clement.
Get upfield.
So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now Wentz on 3rd down.
Nothing doing. Everybody's covered.
Too much here. He's going to go down.
Everybody's covered.
Cameron Hayward, who got in there to take him down.
Sacked there by Cameron Hayward, an all-pro in the 2019 season. He's been consistently good throughout his career. 29 sacks in his last 3 seasons.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete.
Can we tackle him, please? There should be no way he should be doing that many times.
Drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Now Roethlisberger on first down.
Short.
Setting up the screen. This is Samuels. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
Jalen Samuels.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with
wide open Schuster.
Now a pass that's taken in by Smith-Schuster. And he has another first down as he'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 29-yard line. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a one-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking it'll...
He's going to go down. They get to him back in the
again.
Fletcher Cox in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
I seen the screen coming right through the running back.
On roller skates this entire game.
Look,
the way they've been
screen, boom, they're right there.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he'll be brought down at the 21.
Come on, guys. You can't let these guys walk downfield with ease.
Up there, 19 yards. And they're set up better for 3rd. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Everyone dialed in. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Now Ben going to give this one to Connor. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13.
Ball carrier.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Roethlisberger. That's complete right around the 8. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Got him!
And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Malik Jackson picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in 1 game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here.
30-yard attempt.
Boswell's kick is good. And this is back down to a 7-point game.
7.
36.
You get a touchdown.
Steelers 29.
You get downfield, kick a field goal.
So yet another field goal to end a drive. That has been a very common theme. He's now hit 5 of them in this game.
Yeah, Brandon, as an offense,
you
hate that you've had to call on your kicker so often, but you have to love the fact that time and time again, he's come through.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive.
Oh, my Lord. Look at that run.
All the way up to the 46. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Well, that's a kick they have to be satisfied with. Throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Clock. Keep right down. Take it all the way down.
On 1st and 10, it's Clement.
Wow.
And work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled
This
there.
is getting really out of
Another
hand.
good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Birds, get over there. Just get over there.
Sanders here as they run out of the gun.
Wow, breaks one.
And he's going to get this inside the 30.
Another first down.
12 more yards there and another first down.
He was brought down at the 28-yard line.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
No. If we're doing like this, holy crap. Excuse me. Woo. They keep running down their throats.
On 1st down, Clement.
Nice
And
game.
he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
8 yards.
Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders.
And
they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive they went 3
Here
and
comes
out.
the blitz.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Change it up, change it up, change it up. I like it.
They run out of the gun with Clement.
Not much on that play.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. He's able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. 2nd, 3rd guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
Right, take the clock off. Make sure they have less timeouts. Got a field goal.
They'll go again with Sanders.
That's
He'll
fine.
fight his way down right around the 12. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here.
29-yard attempt.
Down the pipe.
The kick by Elliott is good.
Up by 10 again.
Push the lead up to double digits now at 10.
Steelers.
Get her apart. Take a lot of play clock.
A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
At their own 25-yard line.
So Ben Roethlisberger and the offense down by 10. A minute 50 to play. They've won 3 in a row, but they've got work to do if they want to get a 4th in a row as they come up on first down. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. That one into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Really?
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. This is caught, and he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Vance McDonald with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Steelers are able to make this a close game again. Okay, game on. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high-percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And the Eagles are going to recover. And that might be enough to put a ball on this one. The 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Wentz with a kneel down, and that will be the final act of this game. And a sight that's becoming familiar in this season. They remain undefeated, another win under their belt.
And they did it the way that they really want to. Taking a knee at the end of the game. That means you have the ball, you're in control, you dictate the final part of this ball game, and they did exactly that.
And the clock rolls down to 0.
We'll take the W. You know we won by 3 points. They fought back, but...
So fly, Eagles, fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia. And I tell you, this was a fun one. Just a close game. Nothing comes easy in this league, as you know. They had to work for that victory.
Yeah. I've got to go back to what you just said. Nothing comes easy in this league. How many times have we talked to coaches prior to a game and assessed, you know, the strengths, the weaknesses, the whole deal? Even in games when one coach was a decided favorite, what do they always say to us? But you do know this is really a 7-point league. 7 points either way usually decides a ball game. We had exactly that in this one.
And not only that, but this is a gutsy road victory, one they can hang their hat on. So for the Eagles, their strong September has carried over to October as they move to 5-0. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Baltimore Ravens. Ooh. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And they'll try to make amends next week as they host the Cleveland Browns. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles.
Yeah, it's going to be against Lamar Jackson. The one man trying to make him the next Michael Vick. Let's go. That's walking. take it, though. We're always winning close games, I'll tell you. Close games. Players of the week. Miles Sanders. Red. One Edmonds, 12 tackles in a second. 2 fumble for us. Wow. Okay, against us, dude. See, man. Derek Barnett. Joe will be back in 4 weeks. I just keep him on the bench. Perry will be back in 5. Just let him sit till next year. That's what I do. I just let him sit. Just in case anybody doesn't believe I'm playing all Madden. And I'm going to call it here on. I'm going to play something else. So take care, stay safe, stay humble, and be a blessing. I'll be right back in a little bit.